I love spoons. I love to design beautiful spoons. Do you know why? From the moment we wake up till the moment we fall asleep, from birth until death, we are surrounded not only by spoons, but by so many objects. They're everywhere. Have a look at your table. A glass, a plate, a spoon. We learn to use them instinctively, without even realizing we're learning. We adapt to these objects seamlessly, so they become invisible. But how often do we pause and ask ourselves, what do these objects actually mean? Not only what they do, but why they are in the form they do. What does it say about us? This is exactly what a designer does. A designer slows down and observes what the world takes for granted. A designer is an interpreter of habits. So let's take the spoon. What is more ordinary and universal than a spoon? But think about it. Humanity does not only eat to survive like other animals. From the moment a few elements get involved, fire, pot, a spoon, then eating turns into culture and gains meaning. We cook, we share, we eat, we savor, and the spoon becomes part of that ritual. It partitions food. It cooks it and lets us taste in smaller parts. It's intimate. It touches our tongues. It awakens our senses by the texture, the rhythm, the ritual of eating. One more spoonful, we say to babies. That is culture. It introduces regular gestures, rituals, habits. That is an interpretation of our habits. That is design. So, if a designer interprets habits, what happens when those habits vary in time and place? There are thousands of spoon designs, and I could spend at least 15 minutes showing you my own small collection. But every spoon, as every object, is tied to something else. It belongs to a material, a time, a place. This triangulation of material, history, geography partially determines how design works. Whether it's a plastic disposable spoon or a Venetian crystal glass, each of them holds an entire story: economic, cultural, environmental. Interpreting the world means respecting the limited amounts of material that this planet can provide. That is why design and economics make good bedfellows. Both disciplines need to ask the same essential question: what is life truly worth on this planet? What matters? What lasts? What is meaningful and sustainable? When we think about value, material, aesthetics, or economics, then we need to talk about gold. Gold is the most recycled material since the Romans. It doesn't corrode or decay and can be endlessly recycled. Gold has shaped our history and our language. A golden handshake, a golden opportunity. Silence is golden. You see? But gold is also a warning. The old poet Ovid has told us the story of King Midas, that was gifted the power to turn everything he touched into gold. At first, he was delighted. Trees turned into gold, flowers, furniture. But when he tried to eat, his food too turned into gold. His joy became starvation, his blessing a curse. This old story should remind us all, designers and economists, about the limit in wealth, the limit in growth of our economy. And still, gold has always been a privileged material. But in today's digital world, other materials are more essential, such as copper, cobalt, lithium. Since the Roman times, we've been mining gold, and there is now over 187,000 tons of gold. That represents a cube of 22 square meters. But only 7% is used in the industry. The rest is used as its exchange value. 44% in jewelry and 49% in gold coins and bars. So people care more about what gold is worth than what it essentially can do in our daily lives. Gold is valuable not because of what it does, but because of what we have agreed it means. As a maker, gold is the most malleable and ductile of all metals. It doesn't corrode or decay and can be endlessly recycled. As a designer, it embodies the very idea of transformation, flexibility, and change. So here is the question that drives my recent experiment. What is the value of a golden spoon beyond the fact that it's made out of gold? What is the value of the design itself, despite my ability to melt back the spoon into a lump of gold? Designers interpret the world, and now it's time to interpret the value of design itself beyond its raw material. To understand the value of design itself, I started a practice-based research project, an experiment. For that, I needed gold, but I don't have gold. I could become a gold digger or rob a bank, but I came up with an alternative idea: to borrow the gold. Everybody can participate and lend their gold. So, for example, a broken chain that has been lying at the bottom of a drawer, or a ring, or golden teeth that your mother has been keeping from an aunt that you never knew. All these objects will be melted down, refined, turned into fine gold grains. Then I will reinterpret these grains into new objects. The objects will be exhibited and sold. But at which price? The price of gold? The price of the design? The price of the making? At the very last day of the exhibition, the unsold objects will be melted down and all gold will be given back to the lenders. The entire process of melting, making, remelting is meant to interpret the value of that moment that unfolds in between your hands. The moment where the design, the form, and its meaning materialize. From a strictly material point of view, nothing is lost. Gold can be endlessly recycled. But isn't what a designer creates something to be cherished, protected, and passed on? So I leave you with this. If we let the idea of wealth define everything around us, if everything we touched could turn into gold, like with King Midas, we risk formatting the world into a futile sameness. What would be the value of gold if everything is gold? The true value of an object, like that of my favorite spoon, lies in the stories that it carries, the rituals that it shapes, the life that it reflects. And that is why we need designers, to help us see the deeper meaning where others simply see material. Thank you.